جمهور النصر، اضربني يا جمهور النصر، جنني يا جمهور النصر.
شوف المدرج الهلالي، الموج الازرق، اوامير الصحراء، يا لمدى التشجيع المتواصل. الله.
Let's talk about Saudi Arabia and this beautiful thing they are doing in that kingdom. They are buying some of the top footballers from Europe and taking them to Saudi Arabia to play football. They bought some of the biggest African footballers. They have Cristiano Ronaldo. They bought Karim Benzema. They bought Riyad Mahrez. They have N'Golo Kante. They have Bernard Mendy. They have Koulibaly. They have Sadio Mane of recent. And of course, they have sent tongues wagging in Europe because they're spending billions of dollars taking some of the top stars to Saudi Arabia.
Wait, did you believe that? Stop. Don't listen to the fake news. I'm a tiger now.
Before we go into the crux of the matter, let's take a look at this video.
Under the leadership of King Salman and the Crown Prince and the vision of 2030, the support also from the Ministry of Sport to all Saudi clubs. We see the results now. We played the final of the World Cup and now we are at the final of the Asian Championship. So we're very proud of representing Saudi.
Yes, that was the president of Al Hilal Football Club, the biggest and the most successful football club, not just in Saudi Arabia, but the whole of Europe, the whole of Asia, talking to me in Doha, Qatar, about the vision 2030 to place Saudi Arabia as one of the top 5 leagues in the world. Now, for those who may not know me, a bit about myself. My name is Omar Katuba, and I'm an international football journalist. I visited Saudi Arabia 3 times this year. I haven't noticed the very massive project they're building in that country. I decided to go there to see firsthand what they're trying to achieve. And during my visit, I spoke to everyone that matters as far as football is concerned in that country. So when I talk to you about Saudi Arabia and their project, I am talking from a place of authority. So what Saudi Arabia is doing is to increase the popularity of football first in the country, to attract football fans to the stadiums, to make Saudi Arabian Football League popular around the world, to get people talking about Saudi Arabian football, which is already happening, as so many people are already tweeting about the Saudi Arabian Premier League on social media. To make the football clubs very competitive, to make the league very competitive, to make the football clubs very attractive so that foreign investors can also come and buy football clubs in Saudi Arabia just as they do in England, in France, in Italy, and what have you. Above all, they want to position the Saudi Arabian Premier League as one of the top 5 leagues in the world, and they want to do this by 2030. That's why they have the vision 2030, like the president of Al Hilal said to me in the video you saw earlier. How are they doing it? Now, they're doing it by setting up what they call the Public Investment Fund. This is an organization set up by the Saudi Arabian government to basically build this new football league in Saudi Arabia that will become the attraction of the world. This Public Investment Fund bought about 2% stake in 4 of the 5 football clubs in Saudi, 5 biggest football clubs in Saudi Arabia, and then went on a spending spree, buying any top footballer in Europe that is available to play in Saudi Arabia and offering them humongous wages. They are also taking absolute control in terms of negotiations of the contract, talking to the players, and getting them to play in Saudi Arabia. Now you look at the players they've signed, players like Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, and the others. These are not just footballers. They are also super icons. These are famous guys on social media. So what they're trying to do is to leverage on their popularity to also drive the popularity of football in Saudi Arabia, to get the world to start talking about Saudi Arabia. So how can they capitalize on all of this investment? Well, with the growth of the league, with the popularity of the league, definitely they will attract sponsorship in terms of sports shirt sponsorship, stadium rights sponsorship, and of course, as the numbers continue to rise in terms of social media numbers, the clubs will continue to attract much more in terms of commercial partnerships across the world. Let's not also forget TV rights. The numbers are going to rise. There will be more money coming into the Saudi Arabian Premier League through television rights. Let's not also forget merchandising. Right now, European clubs are the most popular in terms of merchandising, in terms of selling of jerseys. But maybe anytime soon, you could see people all over the world buying Al Nassr's jerseys because of Ronaldo, buying Al Ittihad jersey because of Karim Benzema, buying Al Ali's jersey because of Firmino and the like. So merchandising will rise, and of course that means a lot of money for the clubs, the league, and of course the economy. Let's also talk about the tourism benefit for the country. So this is even, like I said, stretching it outside football now. It's also a way to position Saudi Arabia as the major tourism destination in the Middle East. They're doing what Dubai did in the past, and they're doing it on a very fantastic note with a very beautiful strategy using football and entertainment. Just to also add that Saudi Arabia started this quite a long time ago, but defined the football strategy recently and they went all out. They've been doing stuff in boxing. We saw Anthony Joshua fight in Saudi Arabia. They've been doing stuff in Formula One. They've been doing stuff in sports in general, and of course opening their country up for entertainment events, thereby attracting tourists from all over the world. I think, yes, it is sustainable first and foremost. For such an audacious project, you need a lot of money to sustain it until it becomes self-sufficient. And Saudi Arabia definitely has got the money to sustain this project until it becomes self-sufficient. Some persons will talk about China, how China did this in the past, but they couldn't sustain it. Yes, it is quite understandable, but I think that the Saudi Arabian project is unique, is different, is more strategic, and of course there's a massive vision behind it. And you can already see the signs that it will be sustainable and it might be a very successful project at the end of the day, beyond football, beyond sport, also for the image of the country around the world, for the tourism industry of Saudi Arabia. And we know quite well that tourism is a major economic driver all over the world. Let me also say that they're not just buying footballers from Europe, they're also getting professional football people from Europe to also run the league. Michael Emenalo of Nigeria, former Chelsea sporting director, former AS Monaco sporting director, is also one of the people running the league in Saudi Arabia. In the clubs, they have foreigners managing the clubs as coaches, as sporting directors, as physiotherapists, working in different sectors of the club. So it's not just buying players, they're also revamping the running, the organization, and the general management of Saudi Arabian football clubs. So they can also meet with the new standards being set up by the Public Investment Fund to basically change the face of football in the country. Let me also add that Saudi Arabians have humongous passion for football. They've got clubs in Saudi Arabia that are more than 100 years old. Saudi Arabia is a country of about 30 million people. They've got a crazy footballing culture. They love football so much in the country. So you don't think that it's all about the money. They love their football religiously. Allah! It may also interest you to know that most of the players going to Saudi Arabia are of the Muslim faith. People like Karim Benzema, N'Golo Kante, Riyad Mahrez, Sadio Mane, and the likes. They're all of the Muslim faith, and going to a place like Saudi Arabia is fantastic for them. Earn a lot of money, play in Saudi Arabia, and enjoy life and your religion. Just look at this statement by Benzema that you can see on the screen right now. After confirming he will be going to Saudi Arabia, he said, "It is where I want to be. It's important for me to be in a Muslim country where I feel people are already like me. It will allow me to have a new life, and I can't wait to live there." So before I go, I hope that you've learned a thing or two, and if you have the time and the money, take a flight to Saudi Arabia and have a feel of this new football culture, this new football heaven that is being built in the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Right.
شوف المدرج الهلالي، الموت الأثرف، أوامير الصحراء، يا لمدى التشجيع المتواصل.
الله